Let me tell you that I was speaking with my supervisor about this situation for the warranty and the entire situation for the phone call, but she said that I was providing you the right information about the warranty parts and also for labor. Also, you can verify that information on the last page of the manual about it, sir. And they said that I need to provide you that information, sir.
Yeah, can I still speak to her, please?
And she hung up the call, sir. I completely provide to her the entire information and the reason why you wanted to speak with her. And she said only that I am able to send to you the email, an email with the manual information, and that's all, sir.
Okay, can I speak to your supervisor, please?
Let me try again because she refused to take the call.
Okay.
Stay in the line, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was raised in the 80s, rich in the place, these days were a madness. Nights were just crazy, looking back grateful for the man that it made me. All about the future, but I reminisce daily. Watching He-Man in the 80s, ignoring my teachers. I would rather daydream, just chasing the playground, let the girls chase me. Ain't nothing changed, I never let the world change me. The reason I sing, I learned from my losses, that's the reason I win. Beds never break like the trees in the wind. Sitting on the wall meant something to me. Hanging on the wall makes me feel bad. Sitting on the wall meant something to me. Hanging on the wall makes me feel bad. Wish I could go back. Wish I could go back. Wish I could go back. Go back again. Wish I could go back.
Hello, sir. Let me tell you that I was speaking with my supervisor, and they did not take the call.
Okay.
So
I am
doing my best.
I know you're doing your best, but so your supervisor doesn't want to talk to a customer about a complaint? Am I getting that correct, ma'am?
Yeah, I already explained to them the situation about it, sir.
Yeah, but I'd like to speak to them on my behalf. So if there's...
Yeah, and I completely do understand.
Yeah, I know that, but I just want to go ahead and talk to them to make sure. So all they have to do is take 2 minutes of their time of doing their job of speaking with the customer. That's what supervisors are for, and also to supervise employees. So.
Yep, and I am doing my best in order to transfer the call, sir.
I know.
I am not de-escalating the phone call, but they are not taking the phone call, so okay. I'm really sorry, sir.
So who else? Who's their supervisor on top of them? Who else can I speak to in Nordictrack today? How do we make this conversation better?
So, just I can give you an email, sir, and you are able to set up an email.
I would not like. I would not like to do an email. I would like to speak with somebody in person, please. So
you are able to go through one of our Nordictrack's locations, maybe, but right now I don't have any other options, sir. Okay. I already called to my supervisor twice. They are not taking the phone call, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me their name and title, please, so that I can have it on record? Again, this is all for my purpose. Again, this is not against you, Leah. So if I can have...
I know, sir. And I completely do understand that. Do you need help in order to resolve this issue with your machine? And I'm really sorry regarding this situation, sir. But I do have procedures, sir, that I must follow up and I don't want to get fired to provide you personal information without them authorization, sir.
I would just like a supervisor's. I would like just a supervisor's first name, not their last name. That does not breach any confidentiality whatsoever. This is not a health record. This is Nordictrack. No offense. So, the crazy thing, if you look online, and I know if you had the past, California consumer claims Nordictrack fails to honor treadmill warranties as a class action lawsuit that just happened in October. So I would like to, again, just to speak to a supervisor or get a name so that I can refer this phone call back. Because, again, real quick, remember that this is a recorded line. You state that, again, I just want to make sure that we have this all squared away. You state, as an employee of Nordictrack, stating that if somebody I hire that comes out, diagnostics, and says that the machine is completely destroyed, that Nordictrack will replace the treadmill. Is that correct?
Yeah, we are unable to replace the entire machine, sir, only for parts.
Right, but earlier you just said that you would replace the whole thing.
Just for parts, sir. Did you ask if we are able to send you a new machine? And I said no, sir.
Okay, so all right. So now I'm getting conflicting messages. Okay, that's fine. Again, you did say a little bit earlier. You said yes, and now you're saying no, and it was now just parts. So I just want you to know you already said yes. So if I present this to a class action lawsuit, which is very simple to do, they're gonna go on my favor on that. So that's all you. Again, I would like to speak to a supervisor, because last time I was able to speak to a supervisor and magically nobody wants to speak to me on the phone. So
yeah, and as I told you, sir, I already called twice and they said that.
Let's give them another call, Leah. Let's give them another call.
Let me see if they are going to.
Yeah, you know what, Leah, just tell them, hey, you know what? Can you do me a favor?
Let me put you on hold for a brief moment, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was raised in the 80s, rich in the place these days where I'm at. Night was a crazy, looking back grateful for the man that it made me. All about the future, but I reminisce daily. Watching He-Man and the 80s, ignoring my teachers. I would rather daydream, just chasing the playground, let the girls chase me. Ain't nothing changed, I never let the world change me. The reason I sing, I learned from my losses, that's the reason I win. Beds never break like the trees in the wind. Sitting on the wall is something to me, hanging on the wall makes me feel bad. Sitting on the wall is something to me, hanging on the wall makes me feel bad. Wish I could go back. Wish I could go back. Wish I could go back. Go back again. Wish I could go back.
Tyler is going to take the phone call. By the way, thank you so much for holding. Stay in the line with me, please, Ronald. I am going to transfer your call.
Okay, thank you.
This is Tyler with Active Parts and Service, supervisor on Florida.
Hi, Tyler. My name is Ron. Are you a supervisor with Nordictrack, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just want to let you know that this call is also being recorded on my end for my records to keep, and also to put on reviews in the Better Business Bureau. The reason why I was given a call, Leah was good people. There's nothing wrong with Leah whatsoever. I've had a problem with the Nordictrack Treadmill. Long story short, the control computer system went out in July and August. I was sent over a new control board. I was able to install it. The guys gave me straight assistance with it, and then I kept calling because for some odd reason I would jump on the treadmill and then all of a sudden the belt would stop. But if I were to get off the belt, it would continue to go. Talked to another rep. He guided me through the whole thing. He even did FaceTime. And he was like, well, let's tighten it up, the belt. I said, sure, let's do it. He goes, is it lubed up? I said, yep. He goes, is everything clean? I said, yeah, absolutely. Check it out. He goes, yeah, it's pretty much squared away. He goes, is it hooked up to a different power source? I was like, oh, yeah, it's hooked up to directly like a 120 volt, one that's good for fridges and stuff like that. That's not overpowered. And it's a good power cord that I have, like a heavy duty extension with 12 amps. 15 amps, 12 gauge. Anywho, then I submitted my receipts online starting in October, still having the same issue. It would work for like 45 seconds and then completely go to a dead stop. Then he said, maybe it's the belt. And I said, okay, yeah, sure. And he goes, I'm going to send you a new belt. And if you need an instruction video, I'll send it to you. So sweet. I was able to install that during Christmas time. And still having the same exact issue. Now, I called and they said, listen, in order to really diagnose what's going on, we now have to send a service technician out. Where the service technician voided out after a year. I was trying to relook for the receipt, which I submitted it in July when I talked to a young lady on the phone. Talked to a supervisor. They said no, the Nordictrack policy has changed. This was during October time, and they said that this happened. The most recent change happened in about a week, and that people weren't going to get notified. But supervisors were supposed to tell their employees that in order to send a technician, that they're going to need a valid receipt on file. And so, anywho. Super long story short, I had to call Dick's Sporting Goods. They had to go through their archives in the past 5 years. They found a receipt. They emailed it to me. I sent it to you guys. They took a picture, and they said, well, unfortunately now, labor is not covered. We still have the parts in warranty. And I said, okay, cool. I'll still try to figure it out. And then, so I talked to Leah. Leah says now they have to send somebody out to diagnostic. I said, okay. If the service technician says, hey, this machine is gone complete to hell. You need a new machine. I asked, will you replace the whole machine? And Leah said, yes. And then she also said, well, we do the parts, but not the labor. And then I asked her again. I said, so to clarify this, I said, I would like to speak to a supervisor so that I have it on record. So if I have it actually recorded on a phone, and then I play that back to anybody who I need to pass it forward to, they're saying, yeah, actually, she's correct. So thank you for taking the call. I appreciate it. I know you're probably busy as a supervisor. I was just wondering, so is that true? So if I have a technician that comes and says, hey, this machine is completely done. I know she said that a lot of the parts are covered. That's pretty much a whole treadmill. Do I get another treadmill?
So that's a little bit of a more difficult question to answer for you. So yes, we do require proof of purchase. That's something that's stated upon register. Usually, I believe it's listed in the manual. But regardless of that, it doesn't seem like you have too much of an issue there. When it comes down to trying to replace your whole machine, we can replace parts on it. And if for some reason your technician states that your machine is completely irreparable, we can go ahead and fill out a product resolution form for you. Then the product resolution team will take a look at it and come up with some sort of different resolution besides parts and service for you. it all depends, if you have a broken frame that can't be replaced, or maybe a part is broken that we no longer stock, things like that. But I can't give you any type of guarantee that your machine will be replaced at all, just because I don't know the outcome. Our product resolutions team won't know the outcome until we have a technician go out there and look at it. So by me telling you or guaranteeing that, I'd be implementing myself in an agreement with you, if that makes sense, right?
Okay.
Sounds like you're pretty knowledgeable. You're doing your recordings and everything like that, so you should kind of understand there where I'm coming from. But in a sense, it's a possibility if the machine is completely deemed irreparable. Now, the technician could also just ask us for a list of parts, and you are covered in a part warranty, so we'd send that list of parts. Possibly even before we were to send a new machine. Obviously, we're going to take that route before anything else. So that's kind of how that would work there.
Okay. So okay, good. So that's all the clarification I needed. So so I can get my own independent person who's certified working on treadmills to say, hey, this is what's going on, and they just print out pretty much in just a form that says, hey, this is what's wrong, and then I can submit that? Or do I need to call Nordictrack while the technician is here working on it?
No. So you could either order a technician from us, or you could go independent if you'd like to.
Okay.
You might end up getting the same technician just because our technicians are also third party, but maybe you'll get a better price there. Let's say you do hire an independent technician. You're going to want to get an invoice from them. An invoice is just a piece of paper stating what work was done, what they looked at, what the issue might be. It'll have their company info on it, as well as they have a company identification number that can be used. Just get that information from them. Even if you have to have them, just email it to you. And then you'll call back into us and go, hey, I had an independent technician come out. This is what he said. You send it in. We verify the information is valid, and you did get a actual technician company to look at it, and then we'll look at what they need and we'll send it to you.
Okay.
We only have to verify the information because we do every once in a while get somebody that tries to make up their own report.
Yeah.
And while some of them look pretty valid, they don't ever have a number on them or anything like that. So
Gotcha.
We do just verify to make sure that you're actually getting a technician that's an actual technician, not yourself,
No, that's totally,
and then if you do go through us, the technician will report directly back to us right onto your account under a service order that we create. He'll let us know what's going on, and then go from there.
Okay, yeah, so I will, I'll look for my own, and then I'll have them all print that stuff up. And again, thank you for taking time. I know you're busy, but I appreciate you being thorough and explaining it. So.
No, absolutely.
All right, Tyler, you take care of yourself. Thank you very much.
You as well. Have a good day.